Okay, you also selected this subject, right? So here we'll not go directly on the we'll go directly on the subject. Okay, first of all, I will give you a brief introduction about this subject. Okay, how it works or how the syllabus is there and how to proceed. See, uh, public administration. So when we talk about administration, we all know about management, right? We actually use this word various times when managing the house, managing industry, right? Managing any company. So here, so here, administration and management interchangeably we can use in general parlance, but specific technical differences are there. These technical differences we'll see later on. First of all, public administration. So administration in the management and public word here denotes it is about the government, right? Government administration. Now, government administration, we know government administration and we see government administration since morning to night. Okay, when we come out of our house, we know that we see roads which are constructed by government. Roads are managed by government. Street lights are managed by government, means by municipal corporation or by gram panchayat. Okay, when we need certificate. Okay, after birth also. Okay, we need birth certificate that is given by the government, means by the administration. Death certificate given by the administration, means from birth to death. Okay, this public administration is with us. Okay, and in day to day we see it. So here public administration means government administration, government management, and the private management. So what are its components? What exactly we study here? So you can see here. Suppose this is here. This is. I will share it. I will share it. So this is an organization, right? So this triangle means an organization. Consider this is an organization. Please. This is an organization. So here organization, it's a part of your study, right? Organization is part of your study. Then when you will talk about the different requirement for this organization, like suppose for any organization, you have your goals, you have your policies, right? Suppose our this in Dinik Academy Education Institution, we have our own policy, right? We have our own goal. Reliance Industry, it has its own policy, own goals. NGOs, it has its own policies, own goals. Like suppose you are starting a restaurant, right? In restaurant also you have your own goal, own policies. Like suppose I will not sell suppose non-veg food. Okay, I will not sell suppose vegetarian food, but only non-veg food or only fish. Okay, we will provide quality only above this mark. Okay, we will cater which type of actually clients. Okay, so clients who are having more money or less money. So different things are there, right? So here for every organization, there is a policy. Policy goals are there. Policy in general. We'll not go in detail right now. Just try to understand this. Policy means what? It's a general guideline to do particular thing, right? Suppose when you are running restaurant, you will give only filter water. Okay, then you will provide hygienic food. You will use rice above particular standard. So suppose these are your policies. So these policies you will decide and accordingly you will construct your restaurant, you will set up your restaurant, you will appoint cook, etc. So same for hospital also policies are there, industries also policies are there. So here for every organization policies are there. Every organization structures are there. Same way in a government also policies are there. In government policies, different in different sector policies are there. Like suppose infrastructure policies, which type of infrastructure we need to build. education policy is there. What type of education we will provide. Now, whether Marathi shall be, Hindi shall be a compulsory language or not. So that is a policy decision. Okay. So this is policy, what to do and what not to do. Okay, that we decide in the policy. Then from which standard Hindi shall be introduced or English shall be introduced. Okay. Then different patterns like 5 plus 3 plus 3 or 10 plus 2 plus 3. So different these patterns are there that we decide in policy. Same way in industrial policy. In which sector, in which region we will develop industries. We suppose we want to develop industries. Suppose to develop industry in a backward region, or suppose Pune and Mumbai belt is there. So whether to develop industries in this belt, then which type of industry we will promote in which sector. So IT industries are coming. Why we are not actually promoting IT industries in different regions, like suppose Vidarbha? Why they are coming more in this Pune belt? Okay, then IT park was set up here. Why IT park was not set up in Amravati? Okay, so there are policies are there. Okay, so these policies are decided for every organization. Same way for government, this type of policies are there. So we will study these policies under this subject, right? Then now you have policies. You have a rough structure of an organization, which type of organization you will set up. Now you will need finance. You will need finance. Finance for what? Every activity. Suppose you want to start your restaurant, you will need money, right? You want to start your education institution, you need money. Similarly, government has a policy. Under that policy, different schemes are there. Right? To implement these schemes, we need money, finance. Government also needs finance. Now, government finance comes from the taxes, okay, and debt, right? From taxes and debt, government get its finance. Government's income कुठनं येतं? Government get income from the direct indirect taxes, and government takes loan, government takes debt. Okay, government takes debt. From that, government gets the finance. So this financial administration is a separate topic, and then this is about the income side. Okay, but there is another side that is about the expenditure. Now, government, this income and expenditure, what we call it? Budget. In paper first, we'll study these different aspects of management, different aspects of administration. So there are different types of budget. Okay. So suppose zero-based budget is there, performance budget is there, line item budgets are there. We will see it later on. But which type of budget shall be there? And the budget, suppose deficit budget is there, what will its impact on administration? Okay, debt, if you are taking debt, if debt is more, then how it will influence the different developmental policies. So this is the financial administration. Then every organization needs what? Employees, right? Employees, in this management wording, it is called personnel administration, right? Personnel administration, Karmachari Prashas, personnel administration. Now here, suppose you want to recruit waiters in restaurant, right? Now you will not recruit doctors, engineers, even though you are giving them good salary. Suppose doctor, engineers are ready to work in your restaurant. You are giving them handsome salary. Okay, will you recruit them? Why? Why not? Expertise anyway, waiter they don't have expertise. We can train them easily. Just clean tables or serve the dishes. And they are ready to work because you are giving them that level of salary. Even then, you will not actually hire them. Why? Attitude. They have high potential. They will have a different type of attitude. Okay. And they will not serve willingly. They will not give their best. Okay. So those candidates are not suitable here. Same way in UPSC, sorry, in civil services. Why candidates are not directly taken from the I am Ahmedabad, I am Bombay, different IIMs are there, IITs and IIM. Okay, suppose student is from IIT Bombay and I am Ahmedabad. Now, why these students are not directly taken from these IIMs? Why we have a competitive examination? Because IIM, they teach about the business administration, business management. But as you want to work in a government sector, you shall know the history of the country, geography of the country, sociology of the country, constitution of the country, right? Then your ability to learn one particular subject up to particular depth, that also you want to know. Okay. So all these things you see. And after that, there is a competitive examination because many candidates wants to come in the government. So this policies is decided under what? Under personal administration means what shall be the recruitment policies. Then if you want to give them training, what type of trainings are needed for personnel? Suppose in hotel industry, in hospitality industry, in hospitals, okay, you need different type of training. In suppose software industry, okay, then in government sector, different type of trainings are needed. Even in a government, we know all India civil servants are there, central civil services are there, state civil services are there, lower level means grade 3, grade 4 employees are there. So one type of training is not suitable for all type of candidates, right? It will differ. It will differ from actually level to level. So here again, this personnel administration, okay, recruitment is there, training is there, different components are there, right? So this is also one of the important component. Then here we are talking about the government, okay, and government of developing country. India is a developing society. USA is a developed society, right? So there is a difference between requirements of developed society and requirements of developing society. Now, if you want to bring new things in administration, if you want to develop our country, we need continuous improvement in our administration, right? We need administrative reforms. So administrative reform is another part. Administrative reforms is another part. So you need administrative reforms. Means continuously you will change your administration. But when you are changing it, what type of changes are needed? So some good things you will bring from the developed countries. There will be interaction of our administration and the developed countries administration. Still India is in the developing stage, right? So development and the developing stage, or the develop and developing stage. So these are the different stages. So we need to understand what are the requirements of development administration. Development administration means administration which is used for development, right? Like suppose here rural area, region is more in developing society. So we need to cater their needs. In development, we have a different type of people. Like suppose we have some backward regions, then some classes which are behind uh, than the mainstream people or the people who are living in urban areas. Like suppose we need separate policies, separate schemes for SCs, STs, right? Or suppose men, women. These men, women differences are more in developing society than developed society, right? In USA, there are differences in men and women, but these differences are less there and differences are more in our society. So we need to understand development from women point of view, right? So here different theories are there for development administration, right? in development administration, different theories are there. How to compare what is the difference between develop and this development develop and developing administration or developmental administration. Okay, then its basis, okay, means it's a reference point, means from that reference point we will compare administration of USA, administration of India. But when you will understand how to differentiate between these two things, we need to compare administration of USA and developmental administration of India. So we need to compare two systems. Through comparison, we will understand the difference. We will understand which part to take, which part not to take. And there are different models to understand this, to compare this. Models are there. So these models also we will study here in comparative public administration. This we study in comparative public administration. It is called CPA. Okay. So this is also we will study comparative public administration. I'm just giving you the headings. Okay, headings of different topic that we will study in paper first. Okay, paper second is nothing but application of paper first. Okay, paper second is about the Indian administration. So here, after this, when we talk about the management, in management, different theories are there. Okay, in management theories, like suppose few theories came which were completely mechanistic theories. Mechanistic theories means what? The human being was not considered in those theories. Human being were like considered like a machine. Like suppose you work for 8 hours a day, you will get salary suppose or the wages 100 rupees. You are not able to do it. Suppose regularly one person is coming at your place to work, and one day suppose she is late by 1 hour because of some emergency. It doesn't mean that that worker is not a good worker, but you will reduce that worker salary. What if that workers become an old person? Efficiency will reduce of that person. It will reduce salary of that worker. So this is inhuman. Okay. So we need human-centric approach for administration. You also need to understand administration from the human's behavior point of view. Like suppose in management, in administration, what is important? Leadership role is important, right? Leader is important. Now, what type of leaders we need? There are different types of leader, different types of styles of their leadership. A simple example I will give you here. Suppose at our home, our parents, okay, maybe your father or mother, they have their style of working or style of parenting. Some parents may be very strict. Some parents may be consideration type of parent. Some parents are very democratic, but their results vary. Some suppose kids are very naughty and parents and naughty and not that much discipline, and parents are very democratic. What may happen? It may spoil the student, those kids. ते ऐकणार नाही कदाचित. म्हणजे पॅरेंट्स डेमोक्रॅटिक आहेत पण ते ऐकणारे ते मुलं आगावी आहेत. रिझल्ट वी मे नॉट गेट गुड, पण मुलं सिन्सिअर आहे खूप. आई वडील डेमोक्रॅटिक आहेत, दे विल गेट गुड रिझल्ट. देयर विल बी नो प्रेशर, नो प्रेशर. Okay, different. Suppose students are good, obviously those children are good, and parents are very authoritative, very strict. What will happen? The result will good, but they will not have that much of love. Children may not have that much of love. They will think की अरे काय म्हणजे आम्ही काय कामगार आहेत का, like slave you are treating us, we are your children. बट तुम्ही अभ्यासाला बसा, हे कर ते कर, डिसिप्लिनच्या बाहेर जायचं आणि इतकं इतकंच करायचं. Okay, sort of things. So means style of leadership. So which style of leadership are suitable in a different or for a different type of followers? There are different theories, different research done by different authors or researchers in this field. They have found out that these are different type of leadership styles are there, and this leadership style is suitable for particular type of followers. Similarly, as situation changes, leadership style may also change. Like suppose I am here, I'm telling you that you prepare this subject by this methodology, you read this content from this book, you will listen me, right? Suppose we are going for trekking, okay, and now you are following me. So will you listen me? We'll go by this route or that route. You will have a doubt. I'm not expert in trekking. So I am a leader in this situation, but I'm not leader in that situation. And obviously, there is a maximum possibility that I will fail you when we are going for trekking because I'm not expert in that field. I'm not leader in that field. So my leadership may be successful in a one situation, but may not be successful in another situation. So here, which type of leadership style is successful for which type of followers and in which type of situation? We need combination, right? We need combination. So these different combination theories are there. Similarly, motivation, you might have heard about the motivation. Generally, or nowadays, there is no dearth of motivation. Different motivational, those videos are coming on the YouTube. Okay, different motivational speakers are there. They speak on the motivation. Okay. So motivation is not a general thing. Sometimes as age differentiates or according to age, we need different type of motivation. Like suppose I am at this age, suppose my friends are there and someone is coming and giving us lecture. Yes, you can do it. Okay, you can give your the best. Still you can earn a lot of money. Still you can achieve something. Okay, then you should actually give your 100%. Then read Shukera type of books. So they are suitable in your age. At my age, what my friends think when we have a get together, what they think, की जिथे काम करतोय ते चाललंय व्यवस्थित चालू दे. आता मला कुठेच दुसरीकडे शिफ्ट व्हायचं नाही. आता मुलांचे एज्युकेशन चालू आहेत. फक्त आता मुलांचं कॉलेज वगैरे व्यवस्थित झालं पाहिजे. दॅट्स इट. शेवटचे 15 एक वर्ष बाकी 12-15 वर्ष सेट झालं पाहिजे. तर ते मोटिवेशन त्या एज मध्ये कामात नाहीये. Age wise, you need different motivation because your needs are different. Some people, they are motivated just by giving money. They say कि पैसे के लिए मैं कुछ भी करने के लिए तैयार हूँ. In movies we see this type of statement because some people are completely behind money. Some people completely opposite. They don't give importance to money. They need some goal. They have certain passion. Okay, some people, they do particular work because of their colleagues, their friends are there. Like suppose me, I never miss miss pro to go and work in another state other than this civil service job. But in private sector, I had in this actually classes field itself long back in public administration used to be very famous subject. Okay, 12-15 years back. So I had an opportunity to go to Delhi and work there, but I work it miss. I don't like the complete that environment of Delhi. I'm not talking about the physical environment, the type of the people, the culture. Okay, I love Maharashtra. I'm typical Maharashtrian person. Okay, so I need different type of motivation. So here for motivation also different theories are there. Here how motivation changes and which type of people, which type of motivation is needed. And at level also, you need different type of motivation or the way to motivate you will change according to your particular achievements in life. So different theories are given by thinkers. Okay, so here these different management theories and its extension, that is administrative behavior. Okay, so here administrative theories and here administrative behavior. Here leadership style, motivation, morale, this type of things will come. Okay, so here administrative theories, administrative behavior, policy, finance, personnel administration, development administration, comparative public administration. So these are different parts of components of paper first. And there is also one thing, that is introduction of this complete subject. It is one unit. Okay, so motamoti, these are the units. One or two units are different, that I will explain you in the syllabus. So you see, this is actually components of public administration, components of paper first, that we will study here, right? And its application in paper 2. Paper 2 is completely about the Indian administration. Like suppose evolution of Indian administration, means how administration evolve in India. Okay, like society evolves, right? Same way administration also evolves, polity evolves, evolves. So similarly, administration evolves. During the uh, Kautilyan era, okay, means ancient India, there was a different type of administration than the Mughal era. Okay, and in the British era, there was a modern type of administrative system which we have adopted. We have now the more influence of British type of, or the British administration in India. Like suppose district collector. No, the district collectorate system is introduced in India. By whom? It is introduced in India by the Britishers. Okay. So here, this type of things like local self-government is there, state governments are there. Here, personal administration in paper first, and civil services in India, paper second. So in this way, we will see this comparison, right? So this we will study in the paper 2. So these components you can see here in the syllabus. Okay, now this paper first will again now see in detail, means we'll understand syllabus first. What is actually public administration in components are there, paper 2, and then we will enter into the detailing part. Okay, so here you see the units which I told you: introduction, then administrative theories. It is written administrative thought. Previously its name was administrative theories. Thought theories more or less similar. Behavioral part, it is nothing but extension of administrative thought. So this is administrative thought, and it's a we can say one component is administrative behavior. Only for the sake of convenience, it is separated from each other. Then you can see here organizations, means different type of organization. Then accountability and control. So suppose everywhere, uh, like suppose here I am accountable to my superiors. In hotel industry also, manager, waiters, captain, they are accountable to their owner. Reliance industry also, managers, workers, even the chairperson, they are accountable to their shareholders. Ultimately, owners are shareholders, okay, in a public limited company. So here, accountability. So whatever we are doing, we are accountable to the owner. In government also, this talati, tahsildar, okay, then deputy collector, district collector, ZP, that administrative staff, all these secretaries, the whole administrative system, that is accountable to executives. Executives mean CM, okay, and his ministers or her ministers, okay, CM and COM, Council of Ministers, and they are accountable to legislature. Legislature is accountable to us through elections. Ultimately, government means what? We have elected our representative, and from that government is formed. Ultimately, those rulers are we, the people, right? And this administrative staff, whole administration is accountable to us. So that accountability mechanisms are given here. The way they are accountable, administrative law, आता सध्या आपण नको बघायला. Then comparison, comparative public administration. I told you that component, development administration, only dynamics, that different word is used here. Previously it was a development administration, nowadays it is called, word actually makes no difference. Then personnel administration, public policy, Policy for every organization, policies are there. So policies are there. Then techniques of administrative improvement, it is also called administrative reforms, right? Administrative reforms. Administrative reforms are there. And after that, financial administration. We need finance. So these are the 12 components in paper first, which is more important. Our 60% time we will invest in studying this paper first. And around 40% or 35% time we will study paper 2. Because paper 2 is relatively straightforward. And most of the part is of polity part. Only we need to understand the dynamics of paper second. Okay, and many as like about district collector, it's very easy. In one lecture, we can actually complete this district administration or a district collector. Okay, same is about rural local self government. One lecture or 2 lectures are more than sufficient for rural administration. So that is relatively easy. Only union government, that is somewhat actually a big unit. It requires more lectures. So in this way, here paper first, which is a conceptual, okay, basis of paper 2. And in public administration, when you will see different questions, the questions are dynamic. Dynamic means what? Straightforward questions are not asked. The questions on which you need to think, you need to analyze it, you need to generate answers on it, right? So syllabus is less straightforward, easy to understand. It doesn't mean that this you can say it is very easy to get 270 or 280 marks. In simple way, 220 to 30 to 40 marks you will easily get. Once you start understanding question, okay, I always say ki around 40 to 50% marks student can get easily. But to go above it, we need to understand the concepts within these topics and to give our opinion on those concepts. That we need to study. In the classroom, I will teach you theories or that conceptual part. But my major emphasis will be to discuss that, which come in the examination, not just to teach you what is given in the books. Because anyway, that means at least 50%, 60% part of it you can easily learn at home. Because you are now adult students or grown-up child. Okay, your age is 20, 21, 22. At this age, you have that ability, capability to learn, to understand things on your own. Okay. But we need to go beyond it. We need to analyze this concept which come in the examination. Now we'll see its component. Specifically, I will give you here importance on the paper first in today's lecture. Okay. And after that, we'll start this syllabus directly. Now here, introduction. Introduction of public administration. Okay, here 2 sections are there. You know, section A and section B are there. Okay, so section A, section B, we all know. Now you see in section A, 6 topics are there, and section B, another 6 topics are there. 1 to 6, section A, 7 to 12 in section B. Now section A, it is more management oriented. Okay, and section B, that is more administration related. Okay. So here, introduction, meaning, scope, and significance of public administration. It's simple way just to understand it. No one asks you question on this part, even though question comes, that is completely dynamic. So what is mean by this public administration? Scope means suppose you have done commerce. So what is your scope of work where you can get a job? Okay, means many time we say na ki you have done particular graduation. So where are the scopes for that particular graduation? Where you may get job, right? Or scope of your work. Ki up to what extent means your authority is there. Okay, or which things comes under your authority, scope of your work. Suppose you are a Tahsildar or BDO. So scope of work of BDO is different and scope of work of Tahsildar is different. So similarly for subject also scope is there. Up to what extent you study this subject. Okay, म्हणजे त्यात काय काय यायला पाहिजे. जसं हिस्ट्री. What is the scope of history? Just the written part. Okay, whether it comes in the history, cultural part comes in the history, or suppose archaeology. Archaeology is also part of the history. It depends. Or the way you look towards the history, that is also the part of the history. The different ways you can look towards the history part. So similarly here, meaning, scope, and significance of public administration. Then Wilson is a thinker, okay, thinker, and he is called as a father of public administration. He is from USA. He was the president of USA. He was also professor of political science management. Okay, so he gave vision of public administration, means what public administration should be, what public administration shall study. Public administration is nothing but extension of political science. Okay, it is not altogether different, means like a history or geography. It is a part of political science. Political science is about the theories of politics, and it is about the implementation of those theories. Okay, administration. And in administration, then there are theories related with the administration. So here, Woodrow Wilson is a thinker. He talk about the public administration, what public administration should be, whether there shall be values in a public administration or not, how to study it, right? म्हणजे कुठल्याही गोष्टीमध्ये, जसं एज्युकेशनमध्ये व्हॅल्यूज असतात. जसं की विल से सपोज सायन्स असेल, ओके, न्यूक्लिअर टेक्नॉलॉजी असेल. आता न्यूक्लिअर टेक्नॉलॉजी इफ यू आर स्टडिंग, from nuclear technology you can generate power, or you can prepare bomb also, nuclear bomb, right? So whether to prepare nuclear bomb or not, it depends on what your value system, that country's value system. बघा हे किती विचित्र असतं. आपल्याकडे दिस न्यूक्लिअर पॉवरचे आपण जनक कोणाला म्हणतो, इज फादर ऑफ दिस न्यूक्लिअर पॉवर इन इंडिया. अरे ऐकलं नाही. इंटरेस्टिंग आहे. मुंबईमध्ये कुठलं केंद्र आहे न्यूक्लिअरचं, न्यूक्लिअर रिसर्चचं? बाबा atomic रिसर्च सेंटर, होमी जहांगीर, Dr. Homi Baba. Okay, he's considered as a father of this atomic research in India, right? Then who is called missile man in India? These are all respected figures in India. In Iran, recently what happened? What Israel did and what USA did, and killed their top scientist. विचार करा. And they celebrated it, USA and Israel. की जे आपल्या देशासाठी, आपल्या देशात केलं तर आपले ते हिरो आहेत, पण इराणने केल्यानंतर दुसऱ्या देशांसाठी ते दुश्मन होते. सो टेक्नॉलॉजी, they were talented, these people were also talented, but for what purpose they were preparing it, for what purpose we prepared it, even though we also actually made a bomb, but we have a values, there is a trust on us. Some countries, they don't trust Iran. So here value matters. Value matters. So same in public administration, how to study it, whether study it technically by or considering the values, how to study it. So this dichotomy, politics administration type of dichotomy, or this value facts dichotomy, was given by Wilson. He values and facts, whether to separate or mix up, and how to study it, whether administration is a part of politics or administration is completely different and politics is completely different. This is studied, or this discussion is started by Woodrow Wilson. that is called dichotomy. Politics administration dichotomy or व्हॅल्यू फॅक्ट्स डायकोटॉमी. दोन गोष्टी असतात. म्हणजे दोघांचा विचार करायचा का एकाचाच विचार करायचा? दोघं एकमेकाला इन्फ्लुएन्स करतील का दोघं सेपरेट असतील? डिपेंड्स. आता मग हे जे असेल ना, की दिस इज अ टेक्निकॅलिटी अँड द व्हॅल्यू पार्ट दॅट इज मिक्सअप हिअर. म्हणजे सिंपल फूड पण असतं. आता विच फूड इज न्यूट्रिशियस, विच इज नॉट न्यूट्रिशियस, टेक्निकल थिंग्स. टेक्निकली जर जायचं म्हटलं, यू विल गेट अ मेनू. इन द मॉर्निंग यू आर इटिंग स्पिनच, इन द इव्हिनिंग करेला. आतापासून तो वाकडा करतोय तो. बट इज आर द गुड फूड्स. पण सपोज रस्सम आणि भात आपल्याकडे इतका मोठा ठेवला तिथे. पण अरे हे काय आणलं यार? साऊथ इंडियामध्ये तेच खातात. भाकरी देऊन हे कशानं खायचं? म्हणजे फक्त फूड महत्वाचं नाहीये, त्यासोबत त्या कल्चर जे असतं. त्या कल्चर शिकणं महत्वाचं आहे, की हाऊ दे ईट देअर फूड, व्हॉट टाइप ऑफ टेस्ट दे हॅव. आता ते लोकं जातात ना युरोपमध्ये वगैरे कधी-कधी तिकडचं जेवण एकदमच म्हणजे मिळमिळीत असतं. मीठ कमी, तिखट नावाचा स्पाइसेस नावाचे तो प्रकारच नसतात. इतकं की आपण खाऊच शकत नाही. पण आपल्याकडे इटालियन देतात, पण इटालियन ते इंडियन इटालियन करून देतात ते आपल्याकडे. आणि वरतून आणखी सॉस-बीस ते पुड्या-बिड्या टाकून देतात. तो पिझ्झा मिळतो, तो पिझ्झासोबत येणाऱ्या ज्या पुड्या असतील ना, त्यात काही असतं ना पेपर-बिपर काहीतरी असतं त्याच्यामध्ये. ते कदाचित इंडियातच मिळत असणार आहे. म्हणजे मला नाही वाटत ते म्हणजे विदेशात मिळत असणार ते पेपर टाकून. तर म्हणजे इथे सुद्धा पुन्हा तोच मुद्दा आला ना, की टेक्निकॅलिटी ऑफ फूड इज वन थिंग. ओके. अँड कल्चर इज अनदर थिंग. दम आलू आपण खातो का इंडियात? सॉरी ते महाराष्ट्रामध्ये. पण दम आलू हा नॉर्थ इंडियन फूड आहे. तिथे तुम्ही जा, दिल्लीला तुम्ही जालच म्हणजे आता याला इंटरव्ह्यूला वगैरे कधी-कधी. तर तिथे प्रत्येक फूडमध्ये म्हणजे आलू हा कॉमन असतो तिथे. प्रत्येक भाज्यांमध्ये बटाटा असतो. आणि आपल्याकडे बटाटे म्हटलं की डोक्यात जातात गोष्टी. आपल्याकडे फक्त बटाट्याची भाजी आपण कधी करतो? कधीतरी टूरवर चाललेलो आहे, भाजी सांडायला नको म्हणून पोळीसोबत बटाट्याची भाजी. त्याच्याशिवाय बटाट्याची भाजी घरी जनरली नसते आपल्या. म्हणजे आपल्याकडे एकदम कमी खा. ठीक आहे, प्रत्येक भाजीत बटाटा असतो. मेसमध्ये तर जसं आपल्याकडे ते कोबी वगैरे टाकतात ना, तसं ते प्रत्येक भाजीमध्ये ते बटाटा असतो. दॅट इज देअर वे ऑफ ईटिंग इट. सो हिअर दिस टेक्निकॅलिटी अँड कल्चर म्हणजे व्हॅल्यू. कल्चर इज अल्सो पार्ट ऑफ व्हॅल्यूज. ओके. तर दॅट मीन्स इन्फ्लुअन्स ईच अदर. Similarly, here we need to understand this politics and administration, how they influence each other. Or if you want to study it, how to study it separately and how to develop subject as a scientific discipline. Woodrow Wilson said that we shall develop science of administration that he propounded. Because administration management, people used to think that it is an art. म्हणजे लोकांना कंट्रोल करणं, लोकांना मॅनेज करणं कला आहे. लोकांना इन्फ्लुअन्स करणं कला आहे. लीडरशिप ही कला आहे. लोकांना मोटिव्हेट करणं कला आहे. असं समजलं जायचं. बट ही सेड दॅट इट्स नॉट. इट्स अ सायन्स अँड वी कॅन फाइंड नाउ सायन्स इज देअर. वी जस्ट फाइंड आउट दॅट सायन्स. लॉ ऑफ फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री ते ऑलरेडी एक्झिस्टन्समध्ये होतेच ना. आपण ग्रॅव्हिटीचा लॉ शोधण्याच्या अगोदर तो लॉ म्हणजे आपल्याला माहित नव्हता. फक्त तो लॉ होताच. म्हणजे तो सायन्स काय करतोय? वी आर जस्ट फाइंडिंग आउट दोज लॉज, राइट? वी आर जस्ट सर्चिंग इट. Similarly, in administration and management also, there are different ways of doing work. We need to find it out. We need to develop it. Okay, we need to do research and we need to find out the science of administration. Now, what is the advantage of science of administration? So, तुमच्या वर्गामध्ये that batch I gave example of uh, फूड इन रेस्टॉरंट्स. रेस्टॉरंटला फूडमध्ये जे आपण खातो रेस्टॉरंटला, ते आपल्याला मिठाची गरज नाही पडत. तीच तसंच चव आपल्याला ते कंटिन्यूअसली त्या हॉटेलमध्ये मिळत असते. तुम्ही कितीही वर्ष जा. त्याच प्रकारची चव असते. राइट? मी इथे ते निसर्ग म्हणून एक रेस्टॉरंटला मागचे जवळ-जवळ 12-15 वर्ष झाले जातो. ज्या डिश खातो त्यांची तेव्हापासून 12-15 वर्षापासून तशीच टेस्ट आहे. नो म्हणजे डिफरन्स. म्हणून मी अजून कंटिन्यू जातो का मला ती टेस्ट आवडते. कंटिन्युअसली त्यांना कसं शक्य असतं? आणि आपल्या घरामध्ये आपलं मीठ जे असतं कमी अधिक कायम होत असतं. कायमच होत असतं आपल्याकडे. कारण आपण मीठ टाकताना अंदाजे टाकतो. चहा पण काही लोकांना आता ते म्हणजे काही लोक हाताने टाकतात. पण चहा पण कमी अधिक गोड होते. साखर टाकत असताना किती टाकायची? पण जर तुम्ही मापनानुसार टाकलं, की एक व्यक्ती किती चमच साखर असेल, तर ते परफेक्ट तुमचं माप ठरलेलं असतं. तर सायन्समुळे काय होतं? सायन्समुळे तुम्हाला एक्सपेरिमेंट करावे लागत नाही प्रत्येकाला. एकदा त्याची मेथोडॉलॉजी डेव्हलप झाली, की रिपीटेडली यू कॅन यूज इट. Like suppose you want to start cooking, no need to actually start on your own. Ki every time you are trying and suppose you want to cook brinjals, then what type of dish of brinjal we can prepare, whether to cut it, okay, or whether to stuff it, okay, how which type of curry to make. You are doing experiments. Till then, actually, half of your age will pass. Instead of that, what do we do? Parents, they teach you कि we can prepare this dish this way. Recipe means what? Recipe means what? A standardized methodology. They have developed science of doing that or preparing of that dish. We have a ready-made recipe, we prepare it. Same way in management. If we get ready-made methodologies of managing things, how to motivate people, how to lead your employees, right? How to improve the morale of your employees. So ready-made things. So whether means how we can develop science. So here it was a starting point, and different thinkers gave response to it. They started developing science of management, and that was in the private sector in the initial period. Because management you cannot completely separate theories. You cannot completely separate from the government management and the just private sector management, because your goals are different. But ultimately you are managing people, right? So here, Woodrow Wilson's vision of public administration, father of public administration, we study there. Then comes the evolution of this discipline, because public administration evolved, okay, or the starting point we consider from 1887. Now, 1887 to this date. Why 1887? Because before that also there was an administration. Suppose during the Mughal era, okay, there was an administration. During the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj era, there was an administration. During the Mauryan era, there was an administration. Okay, even actually, or administration or management, even very starting point of our own evolution. We used to catch animals and we used to eat it as a human being, right? When human being evolved. So to catch these big animals, what they needed? Proper coordination. ओके, कोऑर्डिनेशन इज नथिंग बट मॅनेजमेंट. म्हणजे मोठी शिकार करायची आहे. शिकार करताना कोण काय करणार हे डिसाईड तर करावं लागेल ना. त्याला कोऑर्डिनेशन लागेल प्रॉपर. सो दॅट कोऑर्डिनेशन इज नथिंग बट मॅनेजमेंट. बट इट वॉज नॉट डेव्हलप. दे हॅड नॉट कन्सिडर इट. दे वर युझिंग इट. Okay, but there was no sophistication of it. So in this evolution, in 1887, Woodrow Wilson, he wrote an essay, okay, that is Introduction of Administration. So this essay is considered as a starting point of the evolution of public administration. Then different theories came in this evolution. In these theories, then there was a approach of, we can say, mechanistic approach, because it came first in industries, then human relation movement. Different approaches are there. So this evolution is nothing but this unit 2 and unit 3. In evolution, we just take the overall view of evolution, how it evolved, means what was the situation of other development stage of administration in 1910, 1930, 50, 70, 80s, 1990s, or in present 2020s. Like suppose nowadays we have a good governance, right? Now, good governance, this terminology came after 1990s. So that is a part of the evolution. Okay. Same way, suppose development and comparative administration. It came in 1960s and 70s. 1960s and 70s. So in the evolution, on one timeline, we'll study how these different thoughts emerge in public administration. And many question comes on this evolution in paper. And these are the new public administration, public choice approach, good governance, etc. They are nothing but component of this evolution itself. Then in thought, we'll study different this in evolution itself, those headings, okay, concept we study in detail with the help of the thoughts given by different thinkers. Like in science also, Einstein gave his theory, Newton gave his theory, right? Then different scientists, they gave their theories and they contributed in the development of that subject. Similarly, these thinkers, they contributed in the development of this subject. Like the first, scientific management or its mechanistic management. They consider administration or management is a science. Okay, and they didn't give importance to human being. Like suppose if you are doing work, so one person can do a particular work in 8 hours. But they didn't consider that person who is doing that work, maybe man or woman, maybe young or old person. So according to their gender, according to their age, so this period of doing work may vary. According to their mindset, it may vary, right? It will vary. So these things will vary. And to study this, a theory came that is about the human relations. And this scientific management, its extension is a classical theory. I will explain you that part in detail. Now Weber, you ऐकलेत का Weberian theory, Weber, Max Weber नाव कधी ऐकलेत आतापर्यंत? Max Weber is a thinker. Okay. तू पण तिकडे होती का त्या बॅचला? नाही का? तू ते एकटी होती. Max Weber, a thinker who gave this theory of bureaucracy, for which now you are trying and you want to go into bureaucracy. आपण जे ऐकतोच राहतो ब्युरोक्रासी असे असते, ब्युरोक्रासी तशी असते, नोकरशाही. So all over the world, okay, his bureaucratic theory is taken. So what type of bureaucracy should be there, right? What shall be the characteristics of bureaucracy? Whether bureaucracy shall be on the basis of merit or it should be based on the aristocracy. There are systems of recruitment. In France, there was a system of recruitment. It was a sales of offices. Sales of offices means what? There used to be an auction of offices. Auction म्हणजे काय? Suppose तहसीलदार post is there. Now तहसीलदार पुणे. बोली लावायची. 10 लाख, 10 लाख एक, दोन्ही 20 लाख, 20 लाख एक, 20 लाख दोन, दोन्ही 30 लाख. ओके, 1, 2, 3, सेल. 30 लाखाला पुणे तहसीलदार. Sold out. And that was the revenue of government. It was a system. Then in UK, there was a system based on this aristocracy or noble. Means आता जसे आपल्याला सरंजाम असतात ना, तसं आपल्याकडे म्हणजे मध्याकाळात राहायचे, देशमुखी राहायचे किंवा सरदार राहायचे. त्या सरदार घराण्यातलेच लोक पुढे आणखी म्हणजे राजाकडे काम करायचे. त्याच घराण्यातला पुढे मग सेनापती असेल, म्हणजे कटप्पाच्या फॅमिलीत तर सर्व तेच सेनापती राहायचे कटप्पाच्या घरातले. सेम. तर तिथे काही फॅमिलीज होत्या, अरिस्टोक्रॅट फॅमिली. So from the colleges they were studying system. From there only these bureaucrats were coming. They were from the aristocratic family. That system was there in the UK. Then spoils system was there in the USA. Spoils म्हणजे काय की there was one saying, spoils belong to victor. म्हणजे युद्ध झाल्यानंतर जे काही उरतं त्याला स्पॉइल्स म्हणतो आपण. रेमनंट्स, रिमेन, इट बिलॉंग्स टू व्हिक्टर. व्हिक्टर म्हणजे राजा. तसं इलेक्शन नंतर जो जिंकेल ना, तर त्याचं सर्व प्रशासन असतं. हिज फॉलोअर्स ही यूज टू अपॉइंट इन द ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. आणि आधीचे सर्व कर्मचारी काढून टाकायचे. Or most of the actually those employees he used to remove, and his political those followers he used to appoint on the different positions in government, in administration. So different ways were there to fill up the positions in a government, in administration. But the Max Weber, he gave his model of bureaucracy. He said these are the characteristics, and if these characteristics fulfill in the recruitment of these bureaucrats, then there will be an efficiency in your administration. He did it. Okay, and that theory is famous. So that Weberian bureaucracy, it's very important part in your study. Max Weber, okay, will need one lecture or more than even one lecture to study only Max Weber. Because Max Weber is there in development administration. Max Weber is there in paper 2. You can give references of Max Weber's theory in some questions also. I mean, in some questions answers. You can give these references. So this is about the administrative thought and administrative behavior. I told you that process, or suppose this moral, motivation theories, or theories of leadership. Okay, these different things we'll study in administrative behavior. Okay. Now, behavior means what? The way of behaving, right? So, what these thinkers tried to do in administrative behavior, they tried to develop science of human behavior. Whether it is possible to develop science of human behavior, develop करता येऊ शकतो आपल्याला science of human behavior, or to find out science of human behavior. Find out करता येऊ शकतो. कसं? Can you give me example? That thing is same and we can think yes, की these things happen repeatedly. सायन्स म्हणजे काय? फळ वरती फेकल्यानंतर खालीच पडणार. ग्रॅव्हिटी सायन्स आहे. कुणी फेका, कुठल्याही देशात फेका. Okay, anything you will throw in the air will come on the earth, will fall on the earth. कुठलीही गोष्ट सांग. Like suppose the way of speaking all over the world, the way of speaking of women and men are different. The way they speak, you can consider any country. The way men speak, the way women speak, more or less. Okay, but there are certain differences. We can categorize. At least we can categorize की स्त्रिया शक्यतो ह्या पद्धतीने बोलतात, पुरुष शक्यतो ह्या पद्धतीने बोलतात. We can categorize it, right? तुम्ही जर हसलात कुठल्या देशामध्ये, समोरचाही हसण्याची शक्यता जास्त आहे. तुम्ही रिस्पेक्ट दाखवला, समोरचा रिस्पेक्ट दाखवण्याची शक्यता आहे. इट्स अ सिंपल थिंग्स ऑफ ह्युमन बिहेवियर, राईट? की ऍटलीस्ट वी नो these are the things are same at most of the places. At most of the places, right? So here similarly about the leadership, about the motivation. So motivation will be similar in different countries because men are similar, right? Public, they are similar. Their emotions are similar, right? And that's why we can develop science of it. So that we'll study in administrative behavior. Then another unit, that is organization. Organization is relatively simple unit. Only this theories, contingency theories or system theory, that is also part of the administrative theories. Okay, this just for the sake of convenience, it is given here. The different type of organizations are there. When we structure organization, so there are different organizations. Accountability control, it is relatively easy because we are accountable, or executives or so administration accountable To executives, executives means who execute the work, like ministers, they're accountable to legislature. Then their methodologies are there. This is relatively very simple in it. Like suppose role of media. ओके नाउ रोल ऑफ मीडिया. मीडियामध्ये कुठली गोष्ट आली की लगेच आपण बघतो न्यूजपेपरला कधी कधी आमच्या न्यूजचा इम्पॅक्ट लगेच काल ते छोटीशी न्यूज दाखवतात ते असं त्याच्यामध्ये बॉक्समध्ये की म्हणजे आमच्या न्यूजचा परिणाम खड्डे बुजवले गेले. आदल्या दिवशी ते देतात आणि दुसऱ्या दिवशी खड्डे बुजवले गेलेले असतात. टीव्ही मध्ये सुद्धा आल्यानंतर लगेच काम करायला लागतं. म्हणजे शेवटी ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इज अकाउंटेबल थ्रू मीडिया ऑल्सो, राईट? सो मीडिया ऑल्सो होल्ड देम अकाउंटेबल एज क्वेश्चन विचारतात. Right? So it's a new tool. Okay, so these different tools are there here, accountability and control. So administrative law means law related administration is a technical thing, purely technical thing, purely conceptual. Okay, that's why I will not explain you this part here because you will not you cannot relate it, right? Okay. Then section B, comparative public administration. Now, in comparative public administration, you see here historical, sociological factor affecting administrative system means we can compare. Like suppose in USA, in India, I'm just giving example of USA, India, just for the sake of understanding, but it is for all over the world. Like which historical, sociological factor affecting administration in USA, administration in India, administration in Africa, administration in some countries. Like suppose religion. Okay. Religion is affecting administration in which countries? Islamic countries, Saudi Arabia, right? Iran. So that is nothing but part of one sociological factor, or we can say religion is a part of it. So religion is influencing your administrative system. Then relationship or the hierarchy in society. In India, we have a hierarchy. It was like suppose so-called upper class, depressed class were there. And by considering it, we have a system of reservation. We have a positive discrimination. It has influenced our system, right? Historical factors, whether your region was a rural or urban. Okay, what type of people you have, like in India. Why corruption is more? Because in India, we give lot of importance to our family, lot of importance to our society, means our relatives, our the caste, our region, and our allegiance. म्हणजे आपला जो आपुलकी असते ना, अगोदर ह्या गोष्टींना असते आणि नंतर मग देशाला असते. आपली सुरुवात इथनच होते प्रत्येकाची, म्हणजे इन मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस. जसं बघा आपल्याकडे फॅमिलीला किती महत्व आहे, मॅरेज इन्स्टिट्यूटला किती महत्व आहे. पण काही कंट्रीज जसं ब्राझील, तुम्ही ब्राझीलला गेलात ना, एकदम तिथे एकदम लूज मॅरेज सिस्टम. लूज मॅरेज सिस्टम मीन्स तिथे डिव्होर्स वगैरे एकदम कॉमन आहे, व्हेरी कॉमन. आणि मुलं सुद्धा सहजपणे स्वीकारतात, सहजपणे स्वीकारतात. आणि विशेष म्हणजे माझा तिथे मित्र गेला होता, तो सांगत होता की तिथे म्हणजे जे म्हणजे तिथे जर त्याचा कलिग होता तिथल्या ऑफिसचा, तो त्याच्याकडे गेला असता एक दिवशी, त्याने ओळख करून दिली की हा माझा कझिन. पण कझिन कसा की माझ्या वडिलांच्या दुसऱ्या वाईफच्या आधीच्या नवऱ्यापासून झालेला मुलगा. पण हे दोघं सोबत राहत होते. इतकं विचित्र. कारण ते हॅव दॅट डिफरंट टाइप ऑफ सिस्टम. मागे कुठलं तरी मी एक याचा इंटरव्ह्यू बघत होतो आपल्या प्लेयरचं. सांगत होता की प्लेयर जाऊन आपले तिकडे ऐश करतात, हे करतात, पार्ट्या करतात. तर तो आपला तो एकदम धिप्पाड तो क्रिकेटर असा कॅरिबियन कंट्री मधला क्रिस गेल. क्रिस गेल सांगत होता, क्रिस गेल त्याचा त्याने एक फोटो दाखवला, त्याच्या क्रिस गेलच्या 4-5 गर्लफ्रेंड आहेत, 2 का 3 गर्लफ्रेंडला त्याच्यापासून मुलं आहेत. सर्व एकत्र पार्टी करतात आणि त्याने कोणाशी लग्न केलेलं नाही अजून. आणि सर्व एकत्र राहतात, एकत्र पार्टी करतात. बिकॉज दे हॅव अ दॅट टाइप ऑफ कल्चर. त्यांचं कल्चर तसं आहे. त्यांचं कल्चर तसं आहे. आपण बघतो ना आमिर खानच्या त्या याला कुठल्या तरी तिसऱ्या बायकोच्या किंवा त्या मूव्हीच्या प्रमोशनच्या वेळेस त्याच्या आधीच्या म्हणजे फर्स्ट वाईफचे मुलं, दुसऱ्या वाईफचे मुलं, त्या वाईफ पण एकमेकाला भेटतात. आपल्याकडे तर चाकूच घेऊन जातील. भेटले तर खूप असतीलच. वाईट नाहीये काहीच. They have that type of society, right? They are that much liberal. आणि आपल्याकडे दुसऱ्या अशा घटना घडत आहेत, की कुठली तर बॅडमिंटन प्लेयर म्हणजे एक जी हे बॅडमिंटन प्लेयर आता काहीतरी ते फॅमिलीने किंवा फादरने म्हणजे तिला मारलं वगैरे काहीतरी आता चालवत नाही का? त्याच्यावर मोठे न्यूज पण येत आहेत आता. मी फक्त ती स्टोरी पूर्ण वाचलेली नाही. किंवा ऑनर किलिंग सारख्या सुद्धा घटना घडतात, की फक्त दुसऱ्या जातीच्या मुलाशी लग्न केलं म्हणून मारून टाकायचं. तेही आपल्या सोसायटीत आहेत. म्हणजे हे जे सर्व सोशिओलॉजिकल फॅक्टर्स जे असतात, हिस्टॉरिकल फॅक्टर्स जे असतात, हाऊ दे इन्फ्लुअन्स ॲडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव्ह सिस्टम इन अ डिफरंट सेटिंग्स, इन अ डिफरंट कंट्रीज दॅट वी स्टडी. आणि इट इज सेड दॅट इकॉलॉजी ऑफ ॲडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. इकॉलॉजी म्हणजे काय? आपल्या सभोवतालचं एन्व्हायर्नमेंट अँड दॅट इंटरॅक्शन. इकॉलॉजी यू माइट हॅव स्टडीड इन जिओग्राफी. ओके. म्हणजे इकॉलॉजी म्हणजे काय? की रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन द लिव्हिंग अँड नॉन लिव्हिंग थिंग्स इन अ पर्टिक्युलर सिस्टम. दॅट रिलेशनशिप. देअर इंटरडिपेंडन्स. राइट? जसं आपण इथे राहतोय, तर आपल्यावर काय इथलं जे फिजिकल एन्व्हायर्नमेंट असेल, म्हणजे इथलं वेदर असेल, क्लायमेट असेल, वॉटर सिस्टम असेल, ट्रीज असतील. ओके. सो वी आर इंटरडिपेंडंट. राइट? Why actually this coats, blazer we don't wear in Maharashtra or in southern India, but there is a more fashion of it in the northern part, in Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Delhi, because temperature more cold is there. आताच मी हिमाचलला माझ्या मित्रांना भेटायला गेलो होतो किंवा तिथे तर शिपाई सुद्धा आपण जे हे घालतो ना आपल्याकडे ते वरतून कोट घालायची मात्र फॅशन आलेली आहे आपल्याकडे. बघा बऱ्याच ठिकाणी घालतो. मी घालतो कधी-कधी. तर तिथे मी बघितलं शिपायाने सुद्धा प्रत्येक शिपायाने ते घातलेलं होतं. तर मित्राला म्हटलं, "तो म्हणे इथली ती कॉमन फॅशनच आहे." आणि तेही फक्त आता कमी थंडी म्हणून. थंडी पडायला लागल्यानंतर त्यांचं जर्किन आमचं जर्किन सारखंच असतं. फक्त ते कोट घालत नाहीत बस. आणि कोट आता माझा मित्र तिकडे अधिकारी आहे, तर तो कोट घालून जातो. काय? कारण तो म्हणे गरम होते, थंडीच इतकी असते. ते शिमल्यामध्ये किंवा मंडी वगैरे जे डिस्ट्रिक्ट आहे तिकडे तो होतात. शिमल्यामध्ये थंडी तितकी आहे. म्हणजे मग इथे हे जे आहेत ना, की जसं की आता तुम्ही काही व्हिडिओ बघत असाल, अ, याचे जजेसचे व्हिडिओ आहेत. तुम्ही कधी बघितलेत का जज आय-ए-एस ऑफिसरला वगैरे त्यांना रागवताना बघितलेत, की डोंट नो व्हॉट इस द डेकोरम ऑफ प्रेझेंटिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ डिस्ट्रिक्ट सॉरी इन फ्रंट ऑफ द हाय कोर्ट ऑर कमिंग इन द हाय कोर्ट. ते व्हिडिओ बघितलेत का तुम्ही? कधी-कधी YouTubeवर जे रील्स येतात ना, तर आता कसं ते व्हिडिओ रेकॉर्डिंग असतं त्यांचं सर्व, तर ते रील्स येतात. तर ते अधिकाऱ्यांनी सुद्धा जज समोर कुठले कपडे घालून यायचे, त्याचं सुद्धा डेकोरम. हा कुठनं आला आपल्याकडे? ब्रिटिशांच्या काळापासून. हिस्टॉरिकल फॅक्टर इज इन्फ्लुएन्सिंग अवर ॲडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. सो हिअर these systems are there and ecology is there. Ecology of administration. Ecology म्हणजे काय? So here administration is there and administration is surrounded by sociological factor, then economic factor, right? Historical factor, cultural factor, and here interaction of this thing. Interaction of these things. This interaction is there with how this different factor influences administration. Now, Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal means what? Arun means sun. तो सूर्योदय तिकडे लवकर होतो अरुणाचल प्रदेशमध्ये. सकाळी तिकडे 5 वाजता मस्त ऊन पडलेलं असतं आणि संध्याकाळी 4 वाजता अंधार. आता तिकडचं ॲडमिनिस्ट्रेशनचं टायमिंग आणि आपलं ॲडमिनिस्ट्रेशन टायमिंग मॅच होऊ शकतं का? वी कॅनॉट मॅच इट. Obviously, that will influence economy. It is very easy to say why we have these old ways of offices. Okay, why we don't have modern gadgets in administration. Now, in last 20 years, it is improving, or last 10, 15 it is improving. Our economy is also improving. So, economy of that country is also very important. That matters. Have you visited any government office in a rural area? कधी गेलात तुम्ही? कुठल्या कार्यालयात गेलात? तहसील कार्यालय. कुठल्या तहसील कार्यालयात गेलीस तू? वर्धा डिस्ट्रिक्ट, आष्टी. ओके. कसं होतं? कौलारू आहे? ओके, आता आता बांधलंय. पण जनरली अगोदर सर कौलारू होते. पंचायत समिती बघितली. पंचायत समितीपेक्षा भयंकर तर काहीच नसतं. असे एकदम जुनाट टेबल, कुठलं तरी पोस्टर लावलेले, म्हणजे तुम्ही जर पंचायत समितीत गेलात ना, तुमची ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेशन मध्ये जाण्याची इच्छाच मरून जाईल. व्हिडिओ तर कोणी होणारच नाही. लोक येतात जात आहेत, टेबलवर चाललंय आपलं काम, तुमची इच्छाच मरून जाईल. कल्चर इज देअर, इकॉनॉमी इज देअर. ओके, डिफरंट गोष्टी असतात. किंवा पोलिसांचा आपल्याकडे इतका दरारा दम का असतो? ब्रिटिश टाइम. मला आठवतं, वेन वी वर प्रिपेअरिंग, मी सदाशिव पेठेत राहायचो, तर तिथे एक पोलीस चौकी आहे, फेरुगेट पोलीस चौकी. तर त्यांनी सत्यनारायण केलं होतं. तर ते लोकांना बळजबरीनं बोलवायचे की प्रसादाला या. जसे यायचे ना तसं, म्हणजे लोक, भीती वाटते. मला सुद्धा आठवतं, जसं पोलीस आला, अरे इकडे इकडे या. आधीच म्हटलं बाबा पोलीस का बोलवतायत? आपल्याला पोलीस स्टेशन म्हटलं, पोलीस म्हटले, हिस्टॉरिकल फॅक्टर आहे ना. बिकॉज ही सिस्टीम आपल्याकडे आणली ब्रिटिशांनी. आणि पोलीस सिस्टीम वॉज वर्किंग फॉर ब्रिटिशर्स. They were actually suppressing people. So that influence is there. And now police system is becoming accountable, but still that hangover is there. That old hangover is there. So this ecology we will study in comparative public administration, and RIGS is there. Rigsian model, the whole thing we study under the heading of Rigsian model. Fed RIGS. He has given a beautiful model. My favorite part in paper first, Rigsian model. The best model, best. You can understand the whole system of Indian administration by considering his model. Then development, administration dynamics. So it's what is concept of development, changing profile of development administration means how development administration is changing. Okay, what was the situation in 1960s, then 1980s, 1990s, present day? Like initially there was a top-down approach of development. Now there is a bottom-up approach of development. Initially there was no people participation. Now there is a people participation. There was no importance to local self-government in 90s, 50s, and 60s. But now there is an importance to local self-government. So these things we will study here, or the suppose state versus market debate. Means in 1950s, 60s, everything was done by the market. Sorry, not market, government. Government was doing everything. Public sector undertakings were there. All companies belong to government. सर्व गव्हर्नमेंटचं राहायचं, सर्व गोष्टी गव्हर्नमेंट करायचं. But after 1991, liberalization, privatization, globalization came. आता जसं आपल्याकडे पीपीपी मॉडेल असतं, पब्लिक प्रायव्हेट पार्टनरशिप मॉडेल. प्रायव्हेट सेक्टर पैसा ओततं, गव्हर्नमेंट लक्ष ठेवतं आणि ते आपलं पुन्हा टोल वसूल करतं. ते मॉडेल ठेवलेले आहेत. अगोदर तसं नव्हतंच. गव्हर्नमेंटकडे ज्यावेळेस पैसा येईल त्यावेळेसच गव्हर्नमेंट रस्ते बांधणार, पूल बांधणार. त्यामुळे रस्ते नव्हते, पूल नव्हते. आता काय, न्यू सिस्टम हॅज बीन डेव्हलप in liberalization, privatization, and globalization era. So that is about the market to provide goods and services to people. Nowadays, we are using market, and government is also there. But in combination, how the state and market are working and how there is an impact. And these are nothing but similar thing. Impact of liberalization on administration in developing society, obviously in India. I was telling you about the women and development. You see, development in various countries, women, they remain aloof, or they're left out from the development. Like in some countries, women are not preferred for education. They are not given education. They are considered as a secondary in the development. They have major responsibilities of family. Okay. Or in the namesake, they are included in the development, but real development is enjoyed by men only. अजून सुद्धा बघा, गावामध्ये, इथं गावातलं कोणी येत इथे, ग्रामीण भागातलं, ओके, ग्रामीण भागामध्ये एक असा कुठला तरी चौक असतो, तिथे सर्व किराणा दुकान असतात, पानटपरे असतात. प्रत्येक गावात असतात. असा एकच छोटासाच एरिया असतो. गावात संध्याकाळी तिथे रात्री संध्याकाळी 7-8 पर्यंत कोण बसलेले असतात? हं? फक्त पुरुष. फक्त पुरुष बसलेले असतात. का स्त्रियांनी बसायला नकोय? कुठल्याही गावात जा. कुठल्याही गावात संध्याकाळी गेल्यानंतर पानटपऱ्यांवर, चौकात, ते नंतर जो ओटा असतो, त्या ग्रामपंचायतचा ओटा, सर्व पुरुष असतात. म्हणजे ही डेव्हलपमेंट झाली. हू इज एन्जॉयिंग इट? मेन. फॅमिलीमध्ये जे सर्व इकॉनॉमिक डिसिजन घेतले जात आहेत, मोस्ट ऑफ द डिसिजन. हू टेक दिस डिसिजन इन मेनी फॅमिलीज, स्पेसिफिकली इन रुरल फॅमिलीज? मेन, राइट? इम्पोर्टंट डिसिजन्स आर टेकन बाय मेन. इव्हन आता सुद्धा म्हणजे मेन दे आर टेकिंग ॲडव्हांटेज ऑफ इट. जॉब्स, who are prefer for job, men, right? So this difference is there. So whether this development percolates for women development or not, then what type of development is needed so that women will get an advantage? Suppose economic development is there. Because of economic development, what is happening? Instead of 2 rooms, now you have 4 rooms. Economic development. Instead of bicycle, now you have motorbike and car. That is economic development, right? And it is said that it will percolate. There is a theory that is called trickle down theory, percolation theory. Development will trickle down, development will percolate, right? आता बघा, डेव्हलपमेंट आहे ती, मेन अँड वुमेन शॅल एन्जॉय इट. 2 रूम असताना सुद्धा पाहुणे आल्यानंतर किचन मध्ये कोण राहायचं? स्त्री. ती त्या बैठकीत यायची नाही. 4 रूम जरी आल्या, कुठे पाहुणे वगैरे आल्यानंतर स्त्री कुठे असते? किचन मध्येच असते अजून सुद्धा. इन मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस, नॉट इन ऑल केसेस. म्हणजे त्या डेव्हलपमेंटचा त्या स्त्रीला असा डायरेक्ट फायदा झाला का? झाला, पण कमी झाला. चुलीच्या ऐवजी त्या गॅस आला. रोल बदलला का? नाही बदलला. मोटरसायकल आली, स्त्रिया कुठे बसायला लागल्या? मागे. अजून पण मागेच बसतात. पुण्यात सुद्धा मागे बसतात. मोजक्याच ठिकाणी असतील की स्त्रिया गाडी चालवतात. आता त्यांच्या गाडी चालवण्याबद्दल माझं वेगळं मत आहे पर्सनल. दॅट इज अ डिफरंट थिंग. पण स्त्रिया मागेच बसतात. बघा प्रमाण कसं बदलत जातं. मी ज्यावेळेस लहान होतो गावामध्ये, तर आमच्या गल्लीतल्या वगैरे काही ज्यांच्याकडे मोटरसायकल होती, फार मोजक्या लोकांना मोटरसायकल होती. ते चुलत काकू वगैरे त्या होत्या. तर त्या गाडीवर बसायच्या, ते सुद्धा गावाच्या बाहेर जाऊन. गावातून सुद्धा नवऱ्याच्या मागे गाडीवर बसून जाणं, म्हणजे हे अति शहाणपणाचं लक्षण. तर गाडी घरात घेतली, तर कोण पुरुष चालवतात. आता तुम्ही शहराची फक्त पुण्याची कल्पना नका करू हां. यू थिंक अबाउट द रेस्ट ऑफ द कंट्री. डेव्हलपमेंट. कार, ड्रायव्हिंग सीट. कार कोणाची? कार नवरा बायको जरी जॉब करत असले, दोघं जण कर्ज फेडतात गाडीचं, कारचं. पण एन्जॉय कोण करतो? पुरुष. त्याला जेवायला जायचंय, तो कार घेऊन जातो. मित्रांसोबत पार्टीला जायचंय तर स्त्रीला मैत्रिणीला भेटायला जायचं असेल, ती रिक्षाने जाते. सो हिअर थिअरीज केम की we need to look towards women development from a different perspective. Which perspective? Not only from the economic perspective. We need to change the perception of a gender. Men and women is only biological difference. But we have created a social difference, social perception of the role we have created. की मुलांची काळजी कोणी घेतलं पाहिजे? तर स्त्रियांनी. स्वयंपाक स्त्रियांनी केला पाहिजे, कोणी लिहून ठेवलं? म्हणजे फक्त जेंडर वेगळं आहे म्हणून पुरुषांनी एक काम करावं, स्त्रियांनी एक काम करावं. काही रोल असतील बॉडी टाईपनुसार. पण आपण काय केलंय की कॅटेगराईज केलेलं आहे. की धिस रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी विल बी हँडल बाय वुमेन, धिस रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी विल बी हँडल बाय मेन ओनली. सो सम थिंकर्स आर सेइंग until and unless you are changing this perception, development will not reach or enjoyed by women. In some movies we see some Arabian countries, we see some very posh hotel and women in burqa, they come there to eat, and ते बुरखा असं फक्त वरती करून म्हणजे चमचने खात असतात अशा काही मूवीमध्ये बघितलेलं आपण. त्यातले वेस्टर्न मूवी असतात तिकडचं कधी दाखवतात. तुम्ही बघा ते मूवी असलं तर. म्हणजे ते भारी 5 स्टार रेस्टॉरंटमध्ये आलेले असतील. इव्हन देन खाताना फक्त ते जे असेल म्हणजे बुरका वरती करून खायचं. म्हणजे मग आता देअर आर द परसेप्शन, ओके, राइट, रॉंग, यू डिसाइड. But they are saying, these thinkers are saying, we need to look towards development from a different perspective. And here there are two: women and development and women in development. These are two concepts. These are two concepts. And the self-help group, we know the self-help group and its impact. Similarly, you can see here personnel administration. Means importance of human resource development, HRD. Okay, HR department. Their work is actually to do recruitment, giving training. Okay, so it is general. Then recruitment, there are different theories of recruitment. Like suppose recruitment from outside or recruitment from within. म्हणजे प्रमोशन जे कधी कधी हायर पोझिशनला डायरेक्ट प्रमोशनवर घेतलं जातं, कधी कधी फ्रेशर्स घेतले जातात. ओके, जसं तुम्ही IS होणार, IS झाल्यानंतर यू विल बी डायरेक्टली ॲट द हायर लेवल. So whether it is good or deputy collector is actually getting experience of 10 to 15 years, and after the experience that person, okay, means that guy or girl becomes the district collector. There are two methods: by promotion or directly direct recruitment, IS. There are advantages and disadvantages of both the methods. So that we will study here. Then career advancement means how to attract people towards the civil services. Now, why you are attracted, you know, different ones. But it is not only salary in government. The type of opportunity you are getting, the diversity of job, right? Then security of job. So security of salary. So that you get here. So career advancement. So the general point of view, government administration and the private administration. Then this classification, discipline, performance appraisal. Now for performance appraisal, there are methods. Performance appraisal म्हणजे मूल्यमापन करायचं. And according to that, you get a promotion. So there are certain methodologies of this performance appraisal, promotion. So this is relatively simple topic. Personal administration. Relatively simple topic. Straightforward question comes on this part. Then comes the public policy. It is very important, interesting. Okay, even though theories are here, but questions are not asked on theories. Like suppose there are models of public policy making and their critique. Never question is asked on this model. Sorry, on these models. Only some thinkers, okay, that one thinker only, wide draw. He has given his theory. Only on that theory question. Then process of conceptualization of policy, how policies are formulated, who participate in the policy formulation, which type of information you need for policy formulation, how you analyze it, how you process that information, you consider historical factors, sociological factors, all these things we consider here, right? And after that, we consider or we prepare policies. Like suppose the way of policy making in 1950s was different, and now it is different. Like policy making now, AI will be considered always, artificial intelligence will be considered. I gave example in your class. One of my friend, he attended training. Okay, that is in service training. Okay, his service is almost 17, 18 years now, maybe more than that, 17, 18 years. So the different these people or the experts from different field came there to give them training or give lecture to them. आता हे सर्व अधिकारी सर्व 45च्या घरातले प्लस मायनस, त्यांची 17-18 वर्ष सर्व्हिस झालेली आहे सर्वांची. तर त्या बॅचेसचं इन सर्व्हिस ट्रेनिंग होतं. तर त्यांच्याकडे एआयचं ट्रेनिंग द्यायला एक व्यक्ती आला, who knows about the artificial intelligence and how you will have to consider AI in a policy making, because these people now enter into policy making. So they need to understand it. Then even a person came from the one industry. It was a startup, and that startup has now डेव्हलप वेल. आय फॉरगॉट द नेम ऑफ दॅट स्टार्टअप. म्हणजे आता ह्या सर्व मोठ्या कंपन्यांपैकी एक कंपनी ती. अगोदर स्टार्टअप होते. जसं की आता हे झोमॅटो किंवा फ्लिपकार्ट हे सर्व ज्या कंपन्या आहेत छोट्या नाही, सॉरी, मोठ्या कंपन्या. तर त्यांच्यातला जो होता एक प्रमोटर ते आले होते. व्हॉट ही एक्सप्लेन देम की व्हॉट टाइप ऑफ डिफिकल्टीज आय फेस, हाऊ वर्ल्ड इज चेंजिंग, which type of things you shall include in the policies when you are setting industrial policy, sort of. So here, in policy making, how these policies are conceptual, the whole things we studied. And when policies are implemented, what type of problems administrative official face in the implementation of policy. You might have watched that Panchayat web series. तुम्हाला माहित असेल ती सध्या खूपच गाजते. तर साध्या साध्या छोट्या छोट्या गोष्टीमध्ये किती प्रॉब्लेम असतात ना. पॉलिसी तर असतात, पण इम्प्लिमेंटेशनला किती प्रॉब्लेम. म्हणजे तर सरपंचाची निवडणूक असते, शेवटची तर सरपंचाची निवडणूक ती हारले बिचारी ना. आणि ती म्हणते नवऱ्याला तुम्ही अच्छा काम किया होता. पण खरं सरपंच कोण असते, ती स्वतः असतात, त्या स्वतः असतात. पण त्या एरियामध्ये सरपंच कोण आहेत, की अजून बऱ्याच एरियामध्ये इव्हन द वाईफ ऑर द मदर इज सरपंच, बट अंडर हर नेम द रियल ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इज रन बाय द that male candidate from the family. So in this way, uh, there are different problems of implementation that we will study here. Then techniques of administrative improvement means this is about the administrative reforms. So here major is only e-governance. Okay, e-governance you all know. So its models are there of e-governance models. Then how it is changing life of people, what type of changes we need in the governance with the help of e-things, with the help of this computer, internet, mobile phone, smartphone, different apps, okay, applications. So this thing we study here. And financial administration, here major thing is about the budget. Most of the question here comes on the budget, types of budget, their comparison, advantages. In detail, we'll see it. And there is about the monetary fiscal policy. Nowadays, questions are coming. Okay, but they are dynamic, not from the economics point of view. But question will be asked on monetary and fiscal policy. You might have studied it in the economics, monetary policy regarding supply of money. Fiscal policy is nothing but about the expenditure and revenue. So in administration, what type of monetary policy or the fiscal policy will influence the development administration or developmental administration? That we will study. And I told you about the public borrowings, that is the debt. Okay. Public debt and budgets. Public debt नंतर इथे स्वल्पविराम पाहिजे. आणि budgets. Okay. So that is the main thing. Financial accountability, it is about the audit. So first paper, second paper, this audit part is same, similar. So this is overall overview of paper first. See, we can discuss a lot in general. I can talk here, suppose district collector. I can talk for 2 hours, 4 hours on district collector. Like on simple panchayat, they have made 4 seasons. म्हणजे कुठल्याही गोष्टीला आपल्याला डिस्कस करायला लिमिट नसते. But we shall always remain focused in UPSC. We shall not spread ourselves. Our focus will be syllabus and the type of question UPSC is asking. Okay, how to address this question. And many students are getting marks. Only proportion is less. Okay, you can see, suppose now in a general subject like suppose sociology or political science, suppose there might be 20 students. Here there might be even 6, 10 or 12 students, or there might be suppose 100. Here there will be 30, 40 students. And this ratio was different in 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13. There used to be many students. And you see after MPSC, just let this first paper come out of MPSC mains examination, many students will opt public administration. In MPSC, it will be really advantageous because dynamic questions are asked in UPSC. But in MPSC, straightforward question will be asked. Syllabus is less. In less syllabus, you can get good marks in MPSC. In UPSC, definitely thinking is a challenge. Okay, answer generation ability is a challenge. Once you know it, then it becomes very easy. Because suppose now I need not actually remember the things, facts, because this subject is a dynamic subject and I have an ability to generate answer, to think, to discuss the things. But suppose if it is a factual subject, it requires a lot of that facts and to remember these facts. So this doesn't require here. I will also show you one paper here. So you will understand any paper. Suppose 2020 to 23. 20. Okay, कुठला आला था? 20 ठीक आहे 22 घ्या. जो समोर आला तो घेऊया. This overview. Let it come. 23. This paper you can see. I just show you some questions. What is one question here? Public administration. आता बघा किती मार्क्सला विचारलं सुद्धा जाऊ दे. Just try to understand ki what type of questions are asked here. Public administration horizons have been expanding to cater to the complex needs of citizens in the globalized era. Explain. Now, this is a dynamic question. Your theory is not required. Just some understanding of theory and what do you know about your surrounding. What they are saying in the globalized era. Okay, I will take it. लिहिता येईल त्याच्यावर जस्ट बुक्स मध्ये सिस्टीम स्लो झाली का काय. So here public administration horizon म्हणजे काय, its scope is increasing, have been expanding to cater the complex needs of citizen in the globalized era. Now globalized era means this present era. In a present era, our needs as a citizens are becoming more complex. And that's why we need to expand public administration. Public administration मध्ये अगोदर डिपार्टमेंट नव्हते, तर सर्व्हिसेस नव्हत्या, आता आहे. तुला असं कुठलं एक्झाम्पल देता येईल का? इन ग्लोबलाइज एरा दिस इज हॅपनिंग and you need to expand horizon of public administration. Anything. कुठली की ग्लोबलाइज एरा मध्ये होते, आधी नाही व्हायचं. But that was in 1970s also. In fact, that emerged after the first administrative reform report, 1970 to 73. Our needs, focus on our needs in the globalized age. की आता आपल्या गरजा बदलत चालल्या आणि कॉम्प्लेक्स होत चालल्या. And because of that, we need government shall expand itself. Okay, computers, but that is service. But what is our need in a globalized era? We need quick service. So quick service, how you will get? When computerized system is there. Previously, we used to go to Tahsil office to get domicile certificate. Now you just go to Gram Panchayat, right? You get that certificate. बरोबर आहे? हा तेच मग नंतर आपण आरोग्य ऍप आलं. हे का? बिकॉज वी नीड अकाउंटेबिलिटी ऑफ गव्हर्नमेंट. तुम्ही 7च्या आत घरात एक मूवी नाव ऐकलंय? 7च्या आत घरात मूवी आला आताच काही 7-8 वर्षांपूर्वी, की मुलींनी 7च्या आत घरात यायला पाहिजे. मग ती नात असते आणि आजी असते, यांच्यातला थोडा संघर्ष दाखवलाय पुणे रिश्ता. पण आता 7:30 पर्यंत तुमच्या क्लासेस आहेत, नंतर चहा घेणार तुम्ही, कसं जाणार 7च्या आत घरात ना? यू नीड सेफ्टी, यू नीड सर्व्हिसेस. संध्याकाळी 8 वाजता बस बंद झाल्या तर कसं काय भागणार ना? तालुक्याच्या गावी अजून सुद्धा आमच्या गावात जायला 8 नंतर बस नसते, तालुक्याच्या गावानंतर गावात जायला. पण इथे आता तसं राहिलेलं नाहीये. आता बऱ्यापैकी आता जे नाईट टाइम आपला एक्सटेंड झालेला आहे. सो यू नीड सेफ्टी ऍप्स, यू नीड बस सर्व्हिस, you need vigilance of police, right? Needs are there, complex need. In this era, we demand some health related services, some exercise related services also from the administration. रस्त्यावर चालायला लागलं तर बघ व्यायामाचं साहित्य ठेवलेलं असतं तिथे. ओपन स्पेस, रिक्रिएशनल फॅसिलिटीज. 1960-70 मध्ये असं कोणी म्हटलं असतं तर लोक हसले असते. 72चा दुष्काळ होता, लोकांना खायला नव्हतं. तो मिलो म्हणून तो गहू यायचा USA मध्ये, तर त्याचं ते पेस्ट करून लोक खायचे. इतकी वाईट परिस्थिती. म्हणजे दिल्लीमध्ये असे बरेच राज्यातून लोक यायचे, रेल्वे स्टेशनवर लोक यायचे, ते थांबायचे आणि लिटरली शेकडो लोक तिथे मेलेले आहेत. शेकडो 1972च्या फॅमिली ड्रॉट. पण आता आपली गरज ती नाहीये. आपली गरज काय आहे? रिक्रिएशनल गार्डन असलं पाहिजे आमच्या सोसायटीच्या बाहेर. आता आपण काय म्हणतो की आपल्याकडे जे मॅगी येतं, त्या मॅगीमध्ये कुठला तरी कॉम्पोनंट असतो, तो किती लीड का काहीतरी होतं, जास्त आहे का कमी आहे, तर ते फूड जे फसाय जे आपलं फसाय शाल ऍक्च्युअली टेक व्हॉट ऍक्शन ऑन इट अँड शाल डिक्लेअर अस वेदर इट इज गुड टू ईट ऑर नॉट. वी वॉन्ट टू ईट इट, वी वॉन्ट टू ईट फास्ट फूड. आपण असं गव्हर्नमेंट असं म्हणू शकत नाही, नका खाऊ ते. असं म्हटलं तर आपण विचारू ना गव्हर्नमेंटला की हू आर यू टू टेल अस व्हॉट टू इट अँड व्हॉट नॉट टू इट. म्हणणार ना आपण गव्हर्नमेंटला. आता मग जे ऍप येत आहेत त्याच्यावर पॅरेंटल कंट्रोल हवंय. OTT ऍप येत आहेत त्याच्यावर आपल्याला सेन्सॉर बोर्ड हवंय. दिस म्हणजे डिफरंट वे यू कॅन राईट दिस आन्सर. देर इज नो ओनली वन स्टँडर्ड मॉडेल आन्सर फॉर दिस टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन. इन एज्युकेशन ऑल्सो लाईक सर्टिफिकेट्स. आधी बॅग हरवली सर्टिफिकेटची की मोठा इश्यू राहायचा. आता तर बॅग हरवण्याचा प्रश्नच नाहीये. सर्व ऑनलाईन तुमचे जुने सर्टिफिकेट सुद्धा तुम्हाला ऑनलाईन मिळतात. जुनं हरवलं तरी. म्हणजे हा मूर्खपणाच होता ना. जो सर्टिफिकेट म्हणजे ती तुमची डिग्री हरवली की माणूस उद्ध्वस्त झाल्यासारखंच राहायचं. आधी बऱ्याच न्यूजपेपरला बातम्या यायच्या की तो नोकरीला गेला, सर्टिफिकेटची बॅग आहे बसमध्ये राहिली, हरवली, चोरांनी चोरून नेली. आणि त्या काळात चोर पण इतके इमानदार होते, तर त्यातच सर्टिफिकेट जर राहिलेत ना काढून ते टाकून द्यायचे फक्त बाजूला आणि सर्टिफिकेट सापडायचे चोरलेल्या याच्यात. व्हायचं त्या काळात. आता सर्टिफिकेट लोक कॅरी करत नाही. आता आधार कार्ड सर्व ते सुद्धा आपल्या पॉकेटमध्ये असतं. वी नीड टू चेंज इट. Industrialization has increased. Because of that, residential area, industrial area are getting separated from each other. We need vehicle policy. We need CNG buses or misuse to diesel or not. Now, diesel will ban in few years. Diesel vehicles. कारण काय की पोल्युशन इतकं म्हणजे पोल्युशन इज इन्क्रीजिंग. ग्लोबलाइज वर्ल्ड, आवर नीड्स आर changing. We need accountable government. We need service at our doorstep. आता ब्लिंकिटचा जमाना आहे. माय डॉटर सेज पप्पा ब्लिंकिट कर. छोट्या गोष्टी करत राहते. 10 वाजता भुकी आली की मूड आला की ब्लिंकिट आहे ना ब्लिंकिट. आणि 10 वाजता ब्लिंकिट येतं, 10:30ला ब्लिंकिट येतं. ₹200 तुम्ही काही घेतलं तरी तुमच्याकडे ब्लिंकिट येतं 15 मिनिटात, 10 मिनिटात. रात्री तुमचा मूड झाला की नाही आज आपल्याला एग्स बनवायचे. ब्लिंकिट केलं की आले एग्स. भाजी बनवायची ब्लिंकिट केलं की आली ती भाजी. सर्व्हिसेस, वी वॉन्ट these सर्व्हिसेस at our doorstep. As we are getting it from private sector, we are also expecting it from government. That's why Citizen Charter came. That's why Right to Service Act came. Right to Information came. In this globalized era, we are saying ki we shall get information about our life and we have a right over our data. Data privacy, these laws came. Lot many things you can write here. And this is asked only for 10 marks or 150 words, means 1.5 page. You can write 1500 words, not only 150 words here. So it's a dynamic. No standardized that answer is needed here, or standard answer cannot be here. That is just one sample question. Then the question which you can understand that I will explain you here. This is on the thinker. Suppose public-private partnership, you know, PPP model, have been justified in various ways over time that seek to privatize public services for the profit of private entities. Do you agree? मी ते विचारतायत की पीपीपी जे असतं दॅट इज फॉर अ प्रॉफिट ऑफ प्रायव्हेट एंटिटीज असं म्हणतात. डू यू ऍग्री? ऑब्विसली नॉट. वी नीड टू कंट्रोल इट, वी नीड टू मॅनेज इट. तर आपल्याला डू यू ऍग्री, वी नीड टू आर्ग्यू इट की इट इज नॉट द सिनेरियो. So why public private both are coming together? There are certain advantages of public, that is the government sector, and certain advantages of the private sector. Like private sector has a money, modern management, efficiency, productivity. Okay. And government sector ensures their accountability, keep actual public interest in focus. Okay. Or ensure the accountability of private sector towards the executive. In this way, we can see it. Right. So in this way, this paper first is that. Okay. Any doubt? Clear? Right? Neha, Sejal, clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So this is paper first. Tomorrow, I will give you an just introduction of paper to the structure of Indian administration. I will not tell you Indian government and that thing, but the structure of our Indian administration. Okay. And if we get time, then I will directly start the teaching. Okay. The meaning, scope, or significance of public administration, I will teach you here. So we will make a group, and on that group, I will give you this different or notes. Okay, book list is also there. Tomorrow I will show you that book list also. Means which topic to read from which book. That also I will explain you in detail. Okay, so tomorrow we will see it. Initially we have a this lectures 2 days a week, this week and the next week, because still students are taking admission, and after the third week we'll have a 4 days a week. Okay, means Monday to Thursday. Any doubt? Clear? Oh, thank you. We'll stop.